Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. So I haven't been playing my main too much this week due to the fact that Forestry is coming out in a couple weeks. I guess I shouldn't say I haven't been playing. I'm always playing, but I just mean I haven't been doing a lot of tick manipulating related things for obvious reasons because the XP rates are about to increase. Yeah, I just have been playing my alts and also another account that some of you might be familiar with. I did upload a couple episodes of something else on this channel in the past of Only Iron Man. I've been itching to play again, so I've just been AFKing Willows and U's in the meantime on this account while playing both of those accounts, making money on my GP alt and doing some farming on my Only. I don't know why, I just really enjoy it, the farming part of it. So I don't mean to be talking about forestry literally every episode, but it is obviously the most relevant topic to my channel at the moment and my gameplay, I should say. But there was a Reddit post within this past week that I just wanted to read because it's probably like one of the best Reddit posts I've ever read. I mean, that probably doesn't take much to take that title since there's not a lot of great posts on there, but I think the context to this was this person was responding to somebody saying something about forestry or something about the support for forestry bringing out the obvious laziness of Reddit users for old school RuneScape. So I think this is what this comment is in response to. It's more so just kind of agreeing with them, but articulating that thought in the general attitude towards updates as a whole in a very eloquent way. So I'm just going to read it here real quick. I'm just going to stand over here while I read it because I can't bother to keep looking up to craft gems. The general Reddit consensus on basically everything about the game has been the opposite of what I and the community of the past think is the right direction of the game. I feel like COVID bringing in a lot of new and casual players and backported content attempting to appeal to people who played around in 2010 has really skewed the player base away from what OSRS was meant to be. OSRS is a niche MMO and should be treated as such. The more you try and genericize it to make the game appeal to people that it doesn't appeal to, the more you alienate the people who enjoy it for what it is. Unfortunately, in a capitalist world, maintaining a game for the people that enjoy it isn't profitable, and therefore it must be changed and warped to increase player count, which brings in people who do not enjoy the game. So they change the fundamentals of the game, and the general consensus shifts. And the game eventually dies when the casual crowd gets bored and moved on, and the niche community is left with a game they don't enjoy. So many people advocate for content and updates that would have been heavily downvoted and laughed at just a few years ago. OSRS is losing its identity and losing its niche by attempting to appeal to people who do not enjoy the game as it exists. I genuinely believe that if you can't enjoy OSRS as it exists right now, imagine it goes a year without updates. If that wouldn't put you off playing, then you just don't like OSRS because there's far more than 1 year's worth of content in this game. Or if you want to change a fundamental aspect of the game to suit your taste more. OSRS is a niche MMO and it will kill itself by trying to be anything else. If only we had a case study of RuneScape attempting to be something it's not and failing drastically to the point it had to be restarted from a decade prior. I am not saying the game should have no changes. I'm saying it shouldn't change its foundation or stray from its niche because that ends up with a slop of compromise that no one will enjoy. Gamers who want a modern game with modern grinds and modern systems go play a modern game. Gamers who want an old school experience with enjoyable, lengthy, repetitive grinds can play OSRS. Gaming in 2023 is so fucking low attention span, microtransaction fueled, instant gratification bollocks, and that's what OSRS is turning into by trying to appeal to a modern crowd. There are thousands and thousands of games at your fingertips right now. Go play one that matches your taste instead of ruining the foundation of this one. I just want to start off by saying I do understand the position that the JMods are put in. They're obviously having to deal with a lot of different people and play styles and, you know, things people enjoy and prioritize over other things. So I'm not saying like obviously they should do this or obviously they shouldn't, whatever. This is more so just a response to a few comments I got in the last video of people telling me that everything I'm saying is wrong, which is okay. You can think that. It's just I'm just trying to defend myself here a little bit. I'm just going to read one comment real quick, or part of this person's comment, saying updates are inevitable. They will happen whether you want them or not. F2P and pay to play. You will always have the option to not do something unless the entire skill changes. They shouldn't leave free to play alone. It's still a way for them to gain new players, and it should move along with the pay to play changes. I have no problem with updates as long as they're a good update in a sense. I guess I'll give an example. Good update is Sepulcher. They made a new course, same way you train agility. You're not changing anything fundamental about the skill of agility. You're adding a new course, and they're making it much more engaging in a way that is fun and challenging. It makes more reward for more difficulty. So that's an example of a good update, I would say. And a bad update being Forestry, where they're changing the fundamentals of the skill and they're increasing the XP. They're changing the length that you're chopping the tree for one, but then they're also adding these like events that make you disrupt from the typical gameplay. It's like a random event type of thing just to get more XP. So they're increasing the XP rate, but not really adding any more difficulty to it. They're just adding more XP for absolutely no reason, and also making it more AFK by increasing the timers, the average timer of each tree. So that's my main problem. I don't care if they decided to add a new tree, but somehow made it more difficult. Oh, look, 113 crafting. I wouldn't care. Like, you know, if there was somehow a tree that was harder to chop, in a way, I'm not saying like you have a lesser chance of getting a log or something. I'm saying like the actual difficulty of chopping that tree for whatever reason. If they added that, I'd be okay with it, as long as it's like makes sense to increase, you know, XP for something rather than for nothing. I'll read a little bit of this other person's comment here as well. He's saying, exchanges between OSRS and R3 have usually been a good thing. You guys got Zuck and a higher fire cape boss. And then he goes on to talk about a few more other R3 OSRS related updates. This is in context to me talking about bonfires. But I just want to point out, he says, you guys got Zuck. So this makes me think he's probably, or they are probably a R3 player or something. Now he's saying, there are numerous other examples. Bonfires are a logical update. Most people do not appreciate line fire making. It's tedious and annoying. So my response to this is, yeah, again, what that Reddit post was saying, that, you know, if you don't like the game, then why are you guys playing anyway? I have a feeling this is more so in a sort of symptom of just typical society at this point, is this sort of instant gratification nature of everything. It's just kind of, I don't know, unclear to me why, as this Reddit user pointed out, like why people are playing this game and not RS3 if this is like, that's what they want. Is this easier, less quote unquote tedious version of the game? If you don't share the same opinion as me, that's fine. I'm just voicing my frustrations in this format where I'm speaking to myself for the most part. Obviously people are listening, however, yeah, I just hope some of you can sympathize with my, again, frustration. So as I mentioned, I am playing my Zaya only account, and if there's any interest in that, let me know. I can record some clips. I have been kind of recording clips, but I haven't been adding any commentary. I can always do post commentary, so that is an option if people are interested. Again, I understand if you're not interested. This has primarily been a free-to-play only content related channel, and any deviation from that I can I've noticed people are not as interested, so I get it. I suppose if you guys do have any other suggestions for content you would like me to upload, of course, let me know. I think that, if there's any interest in me doing anything else skilling related or in general, if you have any ideas for me, I'm open to hearing them. I also did want to point out, I do read all my comments. I typically have not been responding to them. I usually only respond if it's something like, I don't know, if somebody needs help with something that, is easily available for me to give them that information, then I usually respond to stuff like that, or if I'm just inclined to in general, I do leave a response. But I don't know, I can be more engaging. I just am lazy sometimes, so I apologize. I am reading your comments, so if you do comment, I am reading it, just so you know. But I think that's probably going to be it for this video. Kind of a shorter one. Again, not much has happened this week. So I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching another Ramble video. Again, they'll be every week. Yeah, like if you enjoyed, comment if you have anything to say. That's it. Talk to you guys later. Take care.